Hello everyone, so I am on my hot girl walk because I couldn't hack the gym today. I went in, I did some pull downs for a bit, and then I was just like, it's so hot, I'm just gonna go on a hot girl walk. So we're still getting some exercise in. I did a good 15 minutes on the lat pull down, so it's not like I was doing nothing, but alas. Anyway, that's me justifying where I am and why I didn't properly work out. I also am scared that I'm not going to sleep. Last night I went to the gym. Why is there always an aeroplane whenever I'm filming? I genuinely believe I live over a flight path or something. We don't live too far from Heathrow, but we live far enough that it shouldn't be like this every day. But I thought I would talk to you guys today, just kind of establishing to you what is the law of assumption and what are we actually doing. Firstly, how pretty. But yeah, what is the law of assumption and what are we doing? How are we gonna get to where we are? Now, law of assumption, like most manifestation techniques, is all about feeling. Neville Goddard says the feeling is the secret. So if you feel it is real, your reality has no choice but to kind of subside and show you what you are internally living, which I've witnessed. It's real. That concept is real, 100%. So what we need to do is feel where we want to be, who we want to be, and live like that every day. Now that's kind of hard. Oh, so what you want me, if I want to be a millionaire, what do you want me to do? Spend the money I don't have, and blah 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 blah. No. What we're going to do, firstly, I think manifestation always has to happen in baby steps. You can't go from, being homeless to a millionaire. The thing is, you can. Whenever I say you can't, there is a possibility that you can. But we don't want to be so delusional in that sense, because that's when people go, well, it hasn't happened yet, so it's not working. No. Today I had a really kind of tough day. I was feeling really anxious. Like I said, my household is not the easiest. I'm going to sit back in my little car park. My household is not the easiest household. It's very emotionally whatever. So in my household, no one is talking to me right now. I'm being iced out, which is, normal. So do you hear that? So that leaves me feeling really anxious at times and worried. And I've also decided I wanted to give up. I've been using cigarettes as a crutch to get through my hard, anxious times. And I think I was using it for a while without realizing. And so I tried to stop today. And I think with the anxiety, and I didn't really sleep last night, stopping was hard, but there's always tomorrow. You know what I mean? We always have tomorrow, God willing. And so, I was feeling a bit held back today by feelings of anxiety. And when I noticed them, I tried to catch them in the bud and stop them and try and move myself on from that, because we don't want that. So anyway, I'm digressing from what the feeling is. Neville Goddard says we have to live in the feeling, which means we have to live like we already have the thing. We don't have to worry because the thing is coming, and you have to trust. It's like you make an order at a restaurant and you sit at the restaurant. It's literally what he says. You sit at the restaurant. You're not sitting there going, oh, where's my food? I mean, sometimes it do be taking long. But for the most part, you're kind of trusting in the fact that your food will come. So you're just gonna wait. And that is what the law of assumption is. You now are doing the work. So he talks about state akin to sleep, which is basically every night before you go to sleep, you need to visualize your desired reality. Last night I was doing that, and it was kind of keeping me awake more than putting me asleep, but I already was in like a phase where I knew I was going to struggle to sleep because I'd been working out a lot and all that other junk that keeps me awake. So, and maybe I manifested that I wasn't going to sleep because of it, I don't know. But I've been doing that for a couple nights now, and I'm going to continue to do it. Small little visualizations to imagine myself in the place where I want to be. Right now, money is a joke. And that's okay, because we are going to get to a place where we have money. I'm working, so it's not like money's not going to come. It's coming in. We just want more. And we want success, and we need to live in that. So even if you have days where you're feeling anxious, feeling worried, feeling scared, don't let that ruin anything. You are allowed to have these feelings. These feelings are normal. They don't mean that you're going backwards. If anything, if you're able to identify, hang on a minute, I'm, spiraling, or hang on a minute, I'm in a bad mood. If you're able to identify that early on, moreover, before, when you weren't able to identify it, you were just kind of living in the emotion, then that's a good sign that you're becoming more present and more aware of your thoughts. And we can work on that. Like, law of assumption, manifestation isn't about denying your feelings and denying what you're feeling in the current moment, even though we should be ignoring our 3D reality if it's not showing us, because our 3D reality is only showing us our past thoughts and our past beliefs. So we can observe the 3D reality, but we don't need to accept anything into it. We don't need to let it spiral us. We don't need to be ashamed of it. If we just need to continue to persist in the desired reality. And that is the key. That is it. It is just about feeling. And that sounds crazy, but it's not. We are going to slowly unlearn things that are holding us back so that we can manifest our new reality. So what I've done is I've written a scripting letter. I've added bits and bobs to it. Every now and then I just think, oh, let me just add that. It's a small little wish that I added, or I've changed it. I don't recommend like changing and chopping it too much, but if you're anything like me and you're reading the same thing over and over again, all of a sudden you're like, I'm gonna write that a little bit different. I don't know if that's the right thing or wrong thing to do. I think it's just keeping it awake and keeping it malleable, but not in a way that I'm drastically changing it. I'm just changing, I don't know, small words. I don't know. And I don't think I'm going to change anymore. I think I decided yesterday that's the last I'm going to change or add. But I'm reading my little scripting journal. Like, you've all seen how to script, where you basically just write your things that your desires, the things that you want, as if you've already got them. Like, oh my god, having this job has just been the best. The cast are great. I feel like myself. I feel whole. I feel fulfilled. I'm getting paid a good amount where I'm able to pay for my own accommodation and also have a life outside of that. I've written all that, and I'm just kind of reading that every night. This morning I woke up a bit groggy, and I read it with just like, when you wake up, I don't know if anyone else wakes up and they're friggin' pissed off me, but I woke up and I was like, and I turned over and I'm like, I've got to get my manifestation thing, I've got to read it. And then I was like, but you better not read in a bad mood. So then I calmed myself down, read my manifestation, nodded, went back to sleep. I also have it recorded on my phone, so as I'm falling back asleep, because I do this thing where I wake up and go back to sleep and wake up and go back to sleep 10 times, I'm listening to it audio through the recording that I did of it. And part of me is like, am I even absorbing any of this in? But also I'm like, well, that's not up to me anymore. you're doing this for your subconscious, so you don't need to consciously absorb it all the time. Like, obviously I did the reading and that's when I absorbed it, but when I'm listening to it, it doesn't matter because my subconscious is always listening to it. It's like, I don't know, if you hear a little tick in your room, all of a sudden you wake up, that's your subconscious, because it's always awake, it's always, you know, always there. So yeah, today was an interesting day. It kind of felt a bit like a dream, a bit like a blur. I was really hot and moody and bothered because it's like freaking 30 degrees in my workplaces. A building that's like 200 years old, and so there's like no aircon, and even if there is aircon, it's like, you might as well put it in the bin because it doesn't work. But it's okay. I worked, I got my money, I went home, I made myself the leftover pasta that I had from last night and some nice chicken wings. I've got I bought myself a massive watermelon. I'm gonna have some watermelon to treat myself, and I'm gonna have some watermelon in the morning too. And this morning I actually had breakfast. I had some yogurt, which was actually very productive of me. And we're just gonna keep showing up for ourselves. We're just gonna keep doing it, even on the days where it's like, it's not that I don't believe it or that I don't think it will happen. There are just days where I'm like, I don't know what the feeling is. It's like, really? You're doing this? And then I'm like to myself, yeah, I am. So let that voice in your head question you and keep doing it anyway. I'm still posting these videos. I wasn't going to film it, and then I was like, well, I made a promise to myself that I would. And so here I am, filming day 2. So day 2 was hard. It was not hard. I don't want to call it hard because it really wasn't. I was a bit anxious and a bit moody this morning, and I think I was anxious and moody this morning because I didn't sleep, which made me go back into old habits, which was smoking a cigarette to calm down, wake up, you know, and I hated that. That helped me. But I also was like, well, you know, I'm not doing it in a way to like stop myself. Tomorrow is a new day, and I'm cutting down, and you will stop. I am going to stop. My chest hurts. I have this anxiety because I feel like I've been getting signs from the universe telling me to stop smoking, so I need to stop. But I will. I am going to stop. But I also have other things that are moving in places. I am currently trying to sue the company that fired me wrongly because of the mental distress that they caused me. And that is a big thing to have to go through and relive. And yesterday I kind of reopened a wound, getting involved with like a citizen's advice and talking to lawyers about the situation. It kind of made me go back into that place of anxiety. And I did some breathing techniques and some self-soothing because I said, yes, that was a bad time. And in my household, like, my mum will kind of use these things against me when we argue. She'll be like, oh, well, you lost your job and this and that, and you're useless and this and that. And I used to let that be a thing. My mum has also now told me to stop being an actor and to get a proper job and move out, which is, I will move out, girl, don't you worry. But it's all like, I think when I was younger, when my mum used to tell me to stop doing something, when it was no longer serving her, I would stop. And I think the anger and venom that I'm getting from her more so is because now I'm not listening to her, and I'm not stopping, and I'm not being useful because I'm not like making the money yet that she like can show off about. I'm not the daughter that she can show off about because I'm because of what she thinks I am, and I can see that. But the thing is, if I project those thoughts onto her, or if I take in her thoughts onto me, then I am going to not do what I want to do, which is succeed. So when you have someone who is constantly attacking you, you have to put up your shield. This is when you ignore the 3D. This is when you say, I am not, especially when it comes from someone that is a parental figure. This is when you say, I am not going to go down that. I am not going to fall for that. I am strong within myself. I am building my self-concept, and my self-concept can't be broken by you, by anyone. And that is what I'm taking away from today. Even though I felt a few chinks in my armor, I feel like my armor protected me today. And that is what we're building. We're building armor against our 3D that we don't want. We're building armor. We're becoming knights. And we don't need to worry about this thing fighting us, because I feel like I'm talking a lot, but we don't have to worry about this thing fighting us anymore, because we are building the inner strength to become so confident in ourselves. And that's like kind of crazy to see myself doing, becoming stronger and not letting this let me spiral, because I think even a couple of weeks ago this would have made me spiral. So the fact that I feel like I'm still floating above water, even though I feel like I've been pushed down a couple of times, is pretty good. So this is my day 2. I guess your homework for today is, if you haven't written a journal, scripting journal, write one. Write a scripting journal. There are so many videos on YouTube telling you how to write a scripting journal. You basically write your desires as if you've already got them. I am so happy, and try not to be like, I'm so happy in this job, it's so good. Really try and feel it. Working in the job of my dreams is amazing. Doing this, doing such and such with amazing co-workers makes me feel like this, and having a beautiful relationship as well when I come home, and feeling safe in my home makes me feel like this. Like, try and make it real. And you can even ask ChatGPT to help you out, but let it help you out. Don't let it write it for you. You write it. We have our own brains, like, let's use them. But yeah, write your little scripting journal and start reading it every morning and every night. Even when you're waking up in the morning like, what the fuck am I doing? Why the fuck am I reading this? Wake up and read it anyway. That's what I'm doing. Because we're going to persist. We're going to persist. Tomorrow, who knows what the video is going to be about. But I'm glad I went to the gym, even if it was for 20 minutes. And all I did was lap pull down. I'm glad I went. Because showing up is better than not showing up at all. I wasn't going to go, and then I just was like, I want to get out of the house, A, and B, why aren't I going to go? Like, why wouldn't I go? So, yeah. Like I said, interesting discovery that I found out today. Because I really thought, oh, today was a bad day. But it wasn't, because I just realised, yeah, I've built some armour. Anyway, tune in tomorrow.